takes a hell of a lot of power. So I want you to use your head and take our word for it, not playing games here. When Bob Whitaker writes a mantra like that, it sends a message, loud and clear, when he's putting that out. And I've went into this before, but it's very important that you understand what genocide is and what it isn't. It is, you get a tribunal going, it's uncalculable. How no mercy. I mean, there are groups that would show no mercy. You can only use your imagination. And again, you can't deal steel against Saddam Hussein, but you can hang him in a tribunal for something he did against the Kurds. And if he gets into tribunal, he's going to hang. Slobodan Milosevic, they put him in jail forever, but they couldn't hang him simply because the evidence was that horrible. They couldn't hang him, but you understand the point. The judges, this type of thing, you're talking about wiping the Indo-European genotype off the planet. You can only imagine what they have. When you have Chad at Iowa calling for the death of his own race, well, that's a lot. It takes power. It takes power to do these things. It takes a lot of money to pull that off. And that's why we need you on a consistent message, a consistent way. You know, and you're given that. That's fine. But just so you understand, one last thing I want to mention on 12, and that is in regards to distribution. I don't know where you're really going to be hearing this or where you're going to be really getting a hold of this. It doesn't really matter to me. There's different websites that are going to put this up. Different websites that look like small time, you know, home websites. I don't care. Try not to tamper with it too much. You know, people have asked on Whitaker Online, is it okay to distribute over iTunes? Distribute it anywhere you want to distribute it. You know, the only thing more dangerous than using a talking point is, of course, distributing it far and wide, because you're going to get one or two that distribute it far and wide. A handful are going to get a hold of it in any given area, and that's all it takes. It's not necessarily for the masses. I've already discussed that. They don't do anything. These talking points simply control the masses. That's what talking points do. They work for the same reason that most smart people think they don't work, and for why smart people voted for Obama and got fooled. Why the masses are asses. Even smart ones are, sure. You don't believe me? Just start conditioning. If you're a little kid, just start conditioning your parents with them. It's comedy to watch this stuff work once it's geared, and this stuff is geared. But feel free. You don't have to ask us for anything. Someone asked something about doing over White Rabbit genocide. I guess they thought that was pretty humorous. They were going to do it to cartoons and put it on YouTube or something. You can do anything you choose to do. You don't have to ask us. We play a simple game. Me a white rabbit, you a white rabbit. This is for the indigenous white rabbits of Europe, wherever they may be. You can do anything you choose to do with it as far as distribution. Share it with your friends. If it's not on iTunes or whatever, whoever was asking about that, if it's not there, put it there. It's no big deal. When you're playing the game in front of you, you can do anything you want to under the rules, and nothing we're doing is simply a consistent message in practical politics. They can't do anything about it. They don't want you to know we exist because they can't do anything about it. You know, it's just the way it goes. If you're in the Wild Wild West and your enemy's in control, they don't want to know you have a Billy the Kid. That's common sense. They try to make sure no one knows about him. Well, you know, we're here for you, and we're putting you on a consistent message. It's that simple. But feel free to distribute or do with it as you will. Don't ask, just do it. Just don't break any rules on any forum or any, you know, anything like that. Just operate under the rules. But there's nothing wrong with distributing it this far and wide. You know, it's called Bugs Follow the White Rabbit. But this is the end of 12, and 12 has been extra long because it's a total recap. It might as well have been a whole entire thing on practical politics by itself. But, you know, every once in a while you got to do a total recap like that. This is the end of another episode of Follow the White Rabbit. Follow the White Rabbit, again, is a game that will teach you practical politics. Practical politics is practical because it is non-voting, which makes it very, very practical. Conventional politics is voting politics or rule-based politics. And the ultimate, of course, is full-spectrum practical politics, engaging and taking down an opponent, a system, by any means necessary, within the rules, within the law, but never breaking them. And this is the end of another episode of Follow the White Rabbit. Thank you for listening.